Hi everyone, we are in Frankfurt, Germany, getting ready to start out on our huge epic adventure across Germany and into the Austrian Alps. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is what we're doing is we're renting a Tesla Model Y, and we're renting through a service called UFODrive right here. It's all done through an app. You're going to see it in real time what it takes to actually get this car. It's completely hands off. So I'm in the app, and it gave me pretty clear instructions on how to get from the Frankfurt airport up to the car, but now we're going to go ahead and just start the rental here. It says, in order to validate your identity, place your face within, verify my face. Verify my face. It's asking me to confirm the terms. All right. It says here, unlock the charge port by selecting unlock in the charging menu of the car. So, unlock. Yeah, we're unlocked. So we're going to get loaded up. We'll check in once we're all loaded up, and we'll go from there. Well, coming from America, we're used to a Tesla charging plug, and here in Europe, we have CCS everywhere, so that's new. The other thing is that the charging cable, typically in Europe, with the mobile connector, at local charging stations, you bring your own cable and you actually plug in, as opposed to having a cable attached to wherever you happen to drive. So we're going to unplug this cable and take it with us. Just throw all of our charging stuff up here. UFODrive also includes the standard Tesla mobile connector and whatever this is. Road hazard kind of stuff, I think. Nope, it's a first aid kit. All right, the initial experience of UFODrive is we have a Tesla Model Y, but they also gave us some goodies. We have a Tesla Model Y Matchbox car. I have to admit, this is my first. Pretty cool. A little bit of gummy bears, and these are the cards. Now, that's an important thing. Charging comes included with this rental, and superchargers will obviously work just by plugging in, but if we have to go to a public charger, a CCS network charger, which they all are here, we actually have some cards here that we can use for charging there as well. So looks like the key for the Tesla is actually through the UFODrive app. And can we drive? Yep, okay. Hello. So we're in the app. It looks like it allowed us to get in here. So it looks like in order to use the app or use the car, we're going to have to use the app to unlock the car. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Now, the last thing we need to do is just set up our driving profile, and then we're ready to go. Okay, we have been on this road trip in Germany and Austria for a little over a week now, and we've been using this UFODrive car the entire time. Overall, the car has been working very well for us, but there are some, I guess, small pain points if you are a Tesla owner that you're going to have to figure out. And by far, the biggest pain point is the UFODrive app, because everything that you do as far as locking the car and unlocking the car and starting the car goes through that app. You do not get a Tesla key card. You do not get access to the Tesla. You don't get access to the car in the Tesla app. So you are a slave to the UFODrive app, and I can tell you that a lot of times it is very slow to connect to the car. In fact, there are times when you have weak internet that it is very slow to connect to the car, and you have to often swipe close the app and start again. It does appear to talk to the car via Bluetooth directly, so you pretty much have to be right on the car. What does that mean? Well, it means that if it's hot outside, unlike today where it's raining, it's been really hot here, you cannot start your climate controls from the app. You can't open the frunk, you can't open the trunk. All you can do in the app is unlock the car, and when you unlock the car, it allows you to drive or lock the car. That's it. And a lot of times you're standing there waiting for the app to figure out where the car is. And eventually it does connect and has always connected. So if you're willing to deal with that, and it is a minor inconvenience because most ICE cars don't have any of these remote features, so it's technically not a big deal. But if you are a Tesla owner and you're used to those features, you're going to have to give those up. The other thing you need to keep in mind is that when you're using the UFODrive car, it doesn't connect to your Tesla app. So therefore, if you use any third-party tracking apps for tracking your mileage and your charge sessions, none of those will work. You have to do those all manually if you want to keep track of that. And probably most of you don't keep track of that, but some of you do. And that's a key point that you need to know. I also want to tell you what kind of car you should expect to get. We have a pretty new Tesla Model Y. It's white. It's not perfect. It's got some scuffs and scratches on the bumpers from previous rentals. It is also a standard range car, so keep that in mind. Although in Europe it has never been an issue because the charging network is much tighter here as far as availability, and because they use CCS everywhere, you're not bound to only the Tesla chargers. You can literally stop at any charger you want and charge. It doesn't have any premium connectivity, so you don't have any of the picture-based maps, you don't have any of the entertainment, you don't have any of that. The last thing I want to tell you is the car comes with just basic autopilot. There is no enhanced autopilot or FSD in this car, so keep that in mind. Although I will admit, at least for me in driving in the Germany, Austria area, using autopilot on these types of roads can be a little sketchy, because for me, the speed limit doesn't always jive with what my body feels the car can do. And I've also noticed that on these roads, for whatever reason, maybe it's just me being used to FSD, autopilot tends to kind of drift a little bit here. I don't know if that's just a European thing or if that's just what autopilot does anymore, but most of the time I've actually been driving manually, unless I'm on the Autobahn or something where I know that there's a long stretch where I can turn it on. But other than that, all right, quick check-in from the road. 1 week into our journey. So far, so good. We'll check in later. One of the last things that UFODrive asks you to do is when you pull into the lot here is to plug in the car. Of course, you got to get the right side. They look similar, but they're not the same. Right now we have to go into the UFODrive app, go to return, close the rental. I have to go through a vehicle inspection. Okay, one of the last things we have to do here is close out the rental. Selecting OK, you confirm that you've captured all the vehicle. Yep. Take personal belongings with us. Leave all charging and parking cars in the car. We did. Connect the vehicle to the charger. Verify doors and windows are closed. Close the rental. Confirmed. I'll leave a review later. Definitely will. But that's it. The rental is done. We are now free of the car. Well, that's the end of our UFODrive rental in this white Tesla Model Y. Overall, the experience with UFODrive was actually pretty darn good. And I said earlier in this video, the weak point has to be the app. The app just is too restrictive and is too slow, at least if you're used to dealing with the Tesla app. But other than that, if you're renting a Tesla in Europe, I would actually recommend UFODrive. Give them a look. The process is completely hands-off. If that's what you like, that's what you like. If you like a little more hands-on assistance, then this may or may not be your best option. But for us, this actually worked out perfectly for us. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate you tapping that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscriptions are always welcome. And until the next video, we'll catch you later.